Good morning and welcome to the Talking with Author M.L. Brooks show. I am your host, Author M.L. Brooks. On this show, I interview authors, politicians, community organizers, and so much more. Today, I am very pleased to have two very special guests on the show today. They are both from the March for Education Foundation, Inc. I have with me the founder and CEO of the organization, Mr. Timothy L. Cooper, and Mrs. Patricia Bennett, who is the vice president. Thank you so much for both being here.
Hi, Ms. Brooks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So we're going to be talking about education today. And we're very excited to have you. Where is your organization based in? What town?
Well, it's in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and we serve the Fairfield County. But we're excited about the kids in Bridgeport, and we always keep motivating them.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what is March for Education Foundation? What is it that you guys do?
Well, the March for Education Foundation it symbolizes us as a community marching with our youth and making sure that they're encouraged when they attend schools, because we want to make sure that they, it's a symbolic phrase. The community holds their hands and march with them through life and education and make sure they're encouraged to, finish school. Mm-hmm. And be excited about it.
Mm-hmm. Encouragement. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
and the children in the inner city definitely need that encouragement.
Yeah, because it's very rarely promoted as a positive thing. It's usually promoted as a school, but we want to make sure when they go to school, they're excited and, want to continue going and better their lives through education.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Cooper, how long has the organization been around?
We became a nonprofit organization in 2010, but we've been doing youth events since 2000 when I graduated from college myself. Mm-hmm. I wanted to kind of do positive events because there's a lot of negative events out here.
Yes.
So there's got to be room for positive events sometime, right?
Right.
So we want to make sure the kids have something positive that they can attend without profanity, nudity, and the things that, kids usually gravitate towards. So we want to, give them something positive that they can attend and have fun doing so.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So you've been doing events really for a long time, for a good time.
Oh, yes.
So you have like a lot of experience, and then you've each year you get more and more youth into it, right?
More and more people in the community that get involved and excited about education. Also, they join in and support the youth too, because they want to see the youth do better than out here in the streets doing nothing but violence and, saying the things that kids do.
Yes.
You want to give them something to say we're with you when you want to do education.
Yes, and to give them something, definitely to give them something positive to aspire to do better.
Exactly.
Than what they see in their community. That is wonderful. So what is the organization's mission statement?
Okay, we instill a lifestyle of learning through at-risk communities. So basically, any community that, like financially in trouble or, just have issues going on in the community, we try to say, okay, let's interact with them through education. Or say, okay, let's bring this to the forefront. So we want to instill that love of learning, that love of, life lessons through education, instead of the opposite of going to jail and just not doing it. So we want to instill that love of learning in the communities.
Mm-hmm. That is wonderful. I love that statement. We instill a lifestyle of learning. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, kids, they need it. They need that encouragement.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Most definitely. So whom or what inspired you to start this foundation?
Going to college myself.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to college, there was no support system that I can say there was. And there was no parade for me. So I said, when I finished college, I said I wanted to do it myself. I wanted to make sure that when I leave college, I can kind of say, okay, the kids, there's many parades out here. Mm-hmm. Great parades. I'm not going to talk bad about parades because parades are awesome. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Culture, political, but there's none for students. So I said, where's our parade? You know what I'm saying? When no banners was out there for me when I graduated school. So I said, we need this for our kids. So that's inspired me to say, I love all the parades, but let's focus on education for this one. So each year, I said we were going to do one for the kids to bring them to the forefront. So that was my motivation to just say, let's do this for the kids and bring people together that had like-minded ideas and said, let's all do this as a community.
So that's wonderful.
So because I had the need myself, I didn't have the support, so it motivated me to say there's got to be an organization geared towards that.
And you created one for that.
Yes, with sweat and blood and tears. Patricia can tell you about the tears. But it's worthy. It's worth
tears of love.
Yes,
tears of love. Tears of love. That's the only way. But that is a beautiful. It's wonderful. You saw the need out there, and you went out there and you did it, and that is something to be commended. So tell us about the various events that the March for Education Foundation holds.
Well, we'll let Patricia Bennett talk about some of the things we do at this point.
Okay.
Patricia, do you mind?
Yeah, sure.
We invite Fairfield County students to come out to different events that we host, where we give out school supplies. We're starting a summer camp, educational trips, all different type of things. We want to do a package program for the college, the first year in college, so they have some of the supplies they may be short of, and we want to do a care package for the college students. And those are some of the things that we do.
That's a lot. Wow. So you give
a
a
summer program is actually free. So we do that with the kids from each of the housing projects, like PT Greens, PT Greens, and Beardsley Terrace. So we actually did a summer program with a lot of those youth children for the summer, and it was totally free.
wow.
So we're going to try to do that again this year, and they really did a great job last year and enjoyed themselves.
Yeah. So how many children was a part of that? I imagine
We
a
started
lot,
out with
right?
150, yes.
Wow.
Yes. And I think it's
That's
going to
a
be
good
more
number.
once the news get out that it's free, but we're only going to kind of limit it to, the few that we choose.
Yeah. Okay. That's definitely wonderful. That's a wonderful thing to be a part of, and summer just around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the school supplies too. You give out a lot of school supplies too, huh?
Yes, and those are free, and we give out, notebooks, pens, pencils, sharpeners, all kinds of different things for the young people. And it helps the parents out too that maybe be short of funds and so forth, that they can have school supplies so they don't have to hear their teacher complaining about them not having what they need. And plus we want to promote them to get their education that they need. They have to apply themselves for their education.
Well, definitely. Children should never be without school supplies. So the more, the better. And that's a wonderful thing that you guys do. And you said also educational trips too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually took them to Washington, D.C. one year for free. So basically,
Really? Wow.
Some of them had to pay, of course, but then the ones that couldn't afford it, we was allowing them to go, and we, took pictures and had a great time to see some of the sites down there. So we really try our best to focus on the ones in need. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't get outside of their area.
Absolutely.
So we want to make sure they sometimes get out of the area to see what's out there.
And Washington, D.C. has a lot of history there. Yes.
Yes, and it's good for them to see it. You know what I'm saying? Not just hear about it,
Right.
but to experience it themselves.
Right.
So they have some vision of what they might want to be when they grow up.
Exactly.
Some of the things out there.
You never know. It might be the next president that's going on a trip there.
There you go.
Yes, absolutely.
We want to inspire the children that whatever they're dreaming is just at their fingertips. They just have to reach for it, and they can achieve it.
Exactly, absolutely. Well, this is a wonderful organization. And when will your next event be held?
On May the 1st, we're actually going to be doing a lot of people that helped us last year, we want to do something special for them on May 1st at 2500 Park Avenue it basically is going to be like the fire department, police department, and everyone that actually participated and supported us last year. So it's like a dinner fundraiser type thing. But we're going to be recognizing a lot of the people that supported us. So that's actually May 1st.
And May 1st, and that's at 2500 Park Avenue?
Yes.
In Bridgeport?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have our summer program that's going to start in July, the first week in July, the free summer program. So we'll be filling people in on the website. If they go to the website, they can see when it's, how to sign up, if they have children that want to participate. Because we're going to start a marching band this year for people to actually march in our parade.
Nice.
At the end of the year. So we're going to train them music. We attempted to try it last year. But this year we have put it together in a better organized way where it can actually be done. Mm-hmm. So, anyone that joins the camp can actually participate in learning how to play drums and the things like that, to be the band of the parade. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be September the 27th.
Oh, September, okay.
So that's when we're going to march down the streets and say, education,
All right, wonderful. Well, we will definitely save the date.
Yes.
Save the date. So, you mentioned about the summer program. What website can people find more information about
it's
that?
It's actually marchforeducation.org, and it's FOR, not the number 4. And they can go in there and find out any information they need to, find out.
That's great. Right. And name a few organizations or persons that has supported March for Education.
Okay, the expert on that is Patricia Bennett. She's the one that calls everyone. So they hear her voice, they don't hear mine. So Patricia, you can talk to them about that.
Yes,
okay.
Well, he's calling saying, this is Pat from March for Education, and we've had the police department, the fire department, build on, the list goes on. There's quite a few people. We've had different food places to help us out with different things. And it's just been great. I mean, everybody loves to participate. We've had a lot of companies come out and donate different things for events. So we appreciate everybody's support in the community, and we hope you continue to support us as we support the children.
Well, I basically wanted to give a shout out to Build On, because they basically bring their kids out and they actually travel the world and build schools. Mm-hmm. So if you go to buildon.org, give them a shout out. They do some great stuff with the kids. I also have, we're also going to be connected with the Board of Education this year to make sure that we get the kids out in the parade this year in September. So we're working closely with them. The mayor, I have to say that even though people sometimes think negative of the mayor, let's give him some credit sometimes and say that he does support what he believes in. And I'm not a political person, but we still have to give credit where credit's due sometime and not get too far into politics and too far into, the things that we do to hinder our kids. Our kids come first. So we always have to remember our kids come first and their needs. And I'm not sure what all that other stuff is about, but we want to thank him and his office for their support with our organization.
That's wonderful, wonderful. So how many members would you say are part of this organization? How many people that do all the nitty-gritty work of the organization? Either or, whoever wants to answer the question.
There's about 30 of us, but there's 10 consistent ones of us that do most of the work.
So,
you would like for me to name some of them?
Okay, so we want to thank Tim Grasty. He works at the Board of Education, and he really is behind the scenes with us when we ask questions about certain ways to work with the Board of Ed. And Justine is our program director. Now, she joined us last year, actually, when she saw me in trouble at the camp. So she just jumped in there and just started filling in at the camp with me when I was dealing with the children. So I do thank her for her support. Is there anyone else, Patricia?
There's quite a few others. Let's see, the police department. There's Letha Logan. She's been very helpful. Nancy Gaspy from the fire department. The list goes on. So we've had attorneys help us out. Many different people help us out. So it's great.
That's wonderful. So a lot of people coming together for a great cause. Why did you, Miss Bennett? Why did you become a part of this organization? What was your passion for coming into this?
Well, I've always worked with children. And I have fun with them and help them use their imagination and different things like this. And when I met Mr. Cooper, I was just like, wow, and the things that he strived to do for the kids. I was like, oh, this is great. And I just been in there since, enjoying myself working with the kids. And I want to inspire them to do whatever they desire to do.
That's wonderful. And how long have you been doing this? How long have you been a part of the organization?
I've been with the organization about 7 or 8 years. But I've been dealing with children for many years past that.
Wow. It sounds like that's your passion, children, to work with children, right?
Yes, I even used to work at Usatonic in the daycare there.
Mm-hmm.
I was a student there, and I started working there because I had my own child there. And the kids kept running up to me, and the director noticed how the kids were attracted to me. So I said, this must be my destiny. So I've been working with them diligently.
I have to say that Patricia, on the days that we're under a lot of stress, she keeps everyone calm. So she has that calm tone when everyone's like at the top of that stress level. She's like, okay, everyone. She has that calm tone. So I thank her for that, to keeping us from losing our religion, if you will.
So she's like the mother.
Yeah.
Mother's always calm. Mother always knows what to do.
Well, when you have the kids all the time, you got everybody yelling and screaming and jumping all over the place. You have to get order and present order. So even when I used to go to the schools, elementary schools, when my children were attending there, I could walk in there and everybody would go, oh, they would see me coming and they immediately sit down and behave themselves. I'm like, I didn't even say anything.
That shows how much respect they have for you. That shows respect. That's wonderful. That's great. Oh, it's Miss Bennett. She's coming.
Yes.
Shh, everybody quiet, quiet.
Yes, everybody was like, shh. They had a substitute and they're jumping around all over the place. And I'm just like, wow. And I just opened the door and everybody immediately sat down.
Now, like, do the adults do that too? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That would be nice if they could do that, right?
They're pretty good too.
Yeah. They have their own ways.
Yes.
So the children, what age group of children is a part of this organization?
Well, we started off with the high school students, and we wanted to get them prepared for college, and we were formulating a care package, as I mentioned before, and we realized that we had to work with middle schools, and now we work with elementary schools with the summer camp, and because like the younger ones said, well, I want to help too, so anybody of any age from 5 and up, can be a part of March for Education.
Wow, that's a broad range.
And what we try to do is actually get the parents more involved. Because, I think when we did our first parade, not trying to say anything bad about parents, but a lot of the kids were dropped off.
I know. You're like a babysitter, huh?
And the parents took off. So we really want the kids and the parents more involved. That's why we have the march. We want to show our kids that we're marching with you, not be dropping you off and then you march by yourself.
Right.
So we really do encourage parent participation so the kids can see not only the community but their parents out there also.
That's wonderful to have the parents be participants of it so they can experience everything.
That's where the love of education starts at home. If it's not started at home, you can't bring it into the streets because kids are not going to know what you want from them. So when you have that foundation laid at home, then you know basically what to do in the streets.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. So, Miss Bennett, do you keep in touch with these children?
Yes, I do, as much as I possibly can, especially after they graduate or whatever. I call them and commend them for graduating. And if they have any questions about homework or whatever, I try to help them and administrate. Sometimes they want to talk about other things. I talk to them about that as well. I like to keep in touch with them and keep myself open to them if they feel like talking, that they have someone they can talk to.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like a mother always to them, right?
I guess I've been called that even when I was younger. They used to say, "Oh, you're like my mom." I'm like, but I'm your age. But you have to use wisdom in all things that you do, and we want to help teach the kids how to make good choices and good decisions and be respectful to adults. And we just want them to be the best that they can be and good citizens.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So what is, with that being said, what is your favorite thing about being a part of March for Education Foundation Inc.? What is the most important thing for you? The passion for children, or what is it?
I definitely have a passion for the children. I like our events, to see all the kids get together and get along with each other. I think that's very important. And when we had the cheerleaders come out, I thought that was great. We even have a group that made a March for Education song for us. And it's just been awesome. It's just been growing and getting better and better every year.
Well, that's great. That would be my next question. What event held by March had the most impact on you? So you mentioned about
the cheerleaders. Coming out and showing us what they have. And we had a talent show. It was held at the Klein, and we have a lot of talented students in Fairfield County. I mean, we had 2 young people that did hip-hop rap, and we had a gentleman that played the piano blindfolded.
Wow.
All kinds of things, singing, dancing. I mean, we just had it all, and it was just awesome.
That's amazing to be able to play the piano blindfolded.
Yeah, and it was a Beethoven piece.
Wow. Wow. So he must have pretty skilled.
Yes. I was very impressed.
Great. Wow. That's wonderful.
Oh, yes. We had praise dancing and all kinds of things. It was just wonderful.
Mm-hmm. And what does the future hold for you with March for Education?
If I can just leave an impression in someone's mind that I can be somebody, that it doesn't matter that someone's saying I'm stupid, I can't do this, and they can look at themselves and say, yes, I can, and be successful at it, then I've done what I needed to do. And if I can put a smile on somebody's face for that day and help them to feel better about themselves and let them know that someone cares, even if it's the community that cares, I think it's important that they know that.
Absolutely. Most definitely. So with the community, as a community now, how do you get the community to get involved with your organization? How do you get volunteers to participate?
Well, I call stores, I call colleges, I call universities, I talk to the schools, and word of mouth. That's how we get most of our students to come out.
Mm. And also for other groups to be a part of March for Education also. Is it just, how do you get those groups to participate?
Well, I go into the schools. I've been talking to DARE and Build On, and those are just a few. And we need to pull together to be able to be totally successful all the way around so that we can hit this whole Fairfield County area. And we focus a lot in Bridgeport, but it also goes beyond that.
So now you're going to be doing, you're trying to branch out into the Fairfield County area.
Yes.
And beyond, what other cities are you, would you like to get into?
Well, I'm going to take it from here.
Yeah.
I actually just relocated myself to Middletown.
Okay.
And they have a college called Middlesex College that's embracing the March for Education idea. So they're basically going to start clubs in Middletown. And Middlesex is in Meriden, I think, right? So basically we're branching off to like that area. And hopefully beyond that as we grow.
Oh, that's wonderful, wonderful. So you are going to go out and beyond just the area that you started.
Well, the whole March education concept should be more global anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because we focus on so many other things than education, and it shouldn't be just one area that's celebrated. Of course, there's other types of parades for education, I'm sure, but the March for Education concept should be something that's more embraced throughout the country. You know, because like I said, we have so many other type of events, and hopefully this will grow outside of the Connecticut area eventually. It's a lot of work. You want help?
Oh, sure. Hey, are you asking me to volunteer my service? Well, I am very busy woman, so, but I love children, and I love to do work with children and for children and about children. So I do things like that myself. So definitely I would love to be a part in some capacity in the future with March for Education. Absolutely. So we talked about some events. What is there one particular event that you had that was most memorable to you, that stood out to you?
Well, the event that always sticks out for me is our annual parade. That's the only thing that we focus on to make it as successful as we can through the community coming together as a whole. I like, when I see the mayor or congressmen come out and speak to the kids and they have access to them without just hearing about them and whole nine yards, it's inspiring me for them to come up to me and say, Mr. Cooper, I want to talk to the mayor. And I said, well, come on, let's go talk to him. So it makes them feel like they have access to their own political people. And then you have other community services out there, as vendors to show their products and services, right? Mm-hmm. So, and the thing is, the kids know where the club is. Kids know where the negative stuff is. They need to know where the positive things are. And that's why we invite other people to the table to show what they have for in the community itself. Mm-hmm. So those are the things I'm excited about, just the annual parade and the things that's going on.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So the parade is well received by everybody, right?
Yeah, in the festival. That's when they can show their talents. That's at McLeavy Green, by the way.
Okay.
So we march actually from the office of the mayor, not the 45 Lion Terrace to McLeavy Green. And then McLeavy Green, we have the festival where they show off their talents and people can kind of speak to them. And the vendors are out there. And, we just have a day of fun.
That's wonderful. And when again will be your next event?
May the 1st is our dinner.
May the 1st?
And, yeah, you can go to the website, marchforeducation.org, to find out more about it.
Okay, and where can we find more information on that website? We do you have any other sites that you could get information from, like Facebook, Twitter, or anything, or just
find, March for Education on Facebook and Twitter. Yes, I don't know the exact address, but just Google it or whatever.
Type it in. Okay, March for Education. It's there. It's all there, right? Well, that's wonderful. Well, you guys are doing a wonderful thing for the community.
Well, we do appreciate what you're doing for the community, Ms. Brooks. It's awesome to be here. This is my new favorite radio station, by the way.
Oh, it is. Was too. I listened to it when I was growing up myself. That's great. That's great. So, Mrs. Bennett and Mr. Cooper, thank you so much for being a part of the Talking with Author M.L. Brooks show. We invite you to come back and talk more about events going on in the community. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to the Talking with Author M.L. Brooks show. We hope you enjoyed the show, and please join me next week, Sunday at 5:30 a.m. for another very special guest.